Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. It is Tuesday, April 18th. It is Dominion versus Fox lawsuit settlement day. Put it on your calendars. Buy somebody a card. Okay, so news came out that Fox and Dominion settled their lawsuit for $780 million. No indication that Fox News has to admit wrongdoing or do any kind of public apology. When the lawyers for Dominion were asked, they basically said no comment. They weren't going to comment on that, which makes me wonder if Rupert Murdoch had to give the head of Dominion a heartfelt apology plus a check for $800 million. I don't blame Fox News for settling this case. All the information that's come out since I last reading I did, I was just watching them now. They were back at the end of February, about 6 weeks ago, and I was suggesting that, Dominion. This is when Rupert Murdoch was caught on tape, basically saying he was lying, or maybe in his deposition that got leaked. I'd said that Dominion and Smartmatec were going to win the case. I think I was making the mistake of thinking they were in the case at the same time. And that Rupert Murdoch looked like they were going to try and settle, which I think is a good idea on his part, because as we can see, Dominion just kept turning up the pressure and causing lots of pain. And it was that final revelation that came out that Rupert Murdoch was really the head of the company, even though they said he wasn't. And the judge was saying, I'm appointing a special master, and Dominion can do extra depositions. At that point, one of two things happened. Well, definitely one thing that happened, Fox News realized they were going to lose that defamation case and chose to settle. The second thing is there could be some additional legal ramifications of this. I think I've heard another reader suggest that there could be criminal issues going on here. Whether that is the case or not, I don't know, but it certainly would explain the rapid settlement. Me personally, I don't like this settlement because I wanted Fox opinion hosts and Rupert Murdoch to be on trial, under oath, speaking to cameras, saying how they lied about this, so that the Fox viewers could basically be hit on the head with a cudgel and they can't deny it and say, fake news and all that other stuff. But that's me personally and my ego. That's what I think justice would be. And I was actually thinking about this at work today. One of the things I do at work is we do investigations, and I have to come up with root causes and then come up with plans in place to prevent those mistakes from happening again. And I was applying that same mindset to the settlement, because I was not happy that, okay, you're getting money, but what about this whole truth thing? And that's when I realized my error. My error was thinking that this case was about spreading the truth. That's not what this case was about. This case was about Fox News slandering Dominion's reputation and Dominion fighting back. So what was the punishment? Well, Fox News had to give a bunch of money to Dominion as compensation for dragging the reputation through the mud. Now, when you and I were kids, there were 4 parts to an apology, to making things right. First off, you had to apologize for what you did. You had to say what you did and why you did it and why it was wrong. That makes the apology honest. Then you had to make reparations to the person that you harmed. And then you had to come up with a promise to never do it again. Near as I can tell, Fox News has not had to admit what they did wrong. They didn't have to explain what they did wrong and how it harmed anybody. They did give reparations, but there's no guarantee, there's no promise that they're not going to do it again. I'm dissatisfied. But the part of this lawsuit was basically to recover money. It wasn't to educate the American people. It was to get money. The educating the American people happened because that was the tool that brought Fox News to the table to settle the case for $780 million. So I had to reset my mind that, were it me, I'd want the money and I'd want to expose these people as much as possible. Not to humiliate them, but it is to humiliate them. To make them own what they did, make them be accountable for what they did. But Smartmatic, it appears they're not interested in that. It appears what they want is the money. It makes sense. Not Smartmatic, excuse me, Dominion. Dominion was, I think I read something, they're only valued to 70 or $80 million as a company, and now they just got a settlement for almost $800 million. It's like 10 times the value of the company. So I think they took that settlement because the 1.6 was probably, pie in the sky. They maybe thought they might get 50 million out of it, but sue for 1.6 million, see what you can get. And when the offer comes in for 780 million, well, you take it. And they're happy, they got their money. They humiliated Fox News a bit. And now, the Fox viewers, well, most of them will probably be completely and utterly unaware of what happened with this. And Fox News isn't going to advertise it. So I'm upset because it doesn't move us forward as a country very far. I was hoping that this case would do that. Maybe the Smartmatic one will, but I'm going to adjust my expectations with that as well. I suspect Smartmatic will settle as well, and that might be the end of it. Sorry to be a David Downer here on that one, but these cases aren't, unless Smartmatic's got a much more stronger moral compass, they're not interested in getting the truth out. What they're interested in is the payout as a settlement for a defamation. Okay, off my soapbox. So, I can ask Spirit, what is the big meaning of this settlement? Will this settlement, is what I want to ask, will this settlement make an impact on Americans on the right side of the fence, on the conservative side of the fence? I mean, for the folks on the left, this is just vindication. It's like we've been saying all along that, Fox lies. And now we've got proof and a settlement. But while it feels good to know that Fox lies and it's been proven, so the gaslighting is, we proved there was gaslighting. What we really want is the folks on the right to understand that they've been lied to as well. So that they could be a lot less cray-cray and maybe can come back to, the center as opposed to, supporting the insurrection party with the Insurrection Propaganda Network. So, Spirit, what's going to happen? What's the big picture? Okay, so we get the Page of Pentacles. Could be the smaller settlement. I think it's going forward with the message, but it's a small message. It's that introductory message that, hey, I want to have coffee with you. This isn't the full on commitment to dinner and a romantic evening out. This is a, hey, we should meet for coffee sometime type of message. Cross with the King of Cups. So there's an emotional maturity that goes along with this message, but I don't think personal opinion, I don't think it's going to be a huge message. This is kind of like maybe, I'm going to move my laptop back a little bit. This might be like an opening salvo type of thing. Like here's the first offering, which could be many offerings coming up. Maybe that's the most positive way to look at this. Okay, so in the past we have the King of Wands. I think this is these two companies, Smartmatic and Dominion, taking action. Well, it could be Murdoch too. Somebody took some strong action. Murdoch took strong action in spreading misinformation, and then these two companies pushed back, and they pushed back hard, going for a lot of money. Got two kings so far, so big players in this one. But that was in the past. What's the present thing? The Lovers. Okay, so I think this is more the settlement. Okay, now we've got the settlement. I believe Fox said we wanted to have an amicable settlement, not the acrimonious one that a court case would have. Yeah, you don't want that court case because it was going to make you guys look awful. So, Lovers card, it's going to smooth, it's going to lower the temperature, but that's not going to move people. It's not going to change anybody's mind. Okay, overarching energy. Dominion got paid. Dominion wanted the money. The truth wasn't what Dominion was after. Dominion was after the money. The truth was a convenient cudgel to smack Fox News with. Here's the big stick to smack them around with in order to get them to pay the money. Yeah, so this card's all about the settlement. Okay. So, that brings it up. Okay, so you can think of this as Smartmatec. Yay, we want some money. We want all sorts of money. And then Fox said, oh, we're sorry. We're sorry. We did bad things. We did bad things in the past and you came at us with a big stick. But we're all friends now. It's okay. Here's some reparations. It's all good. We can all go our separate ways. Lesson to be learned, Ace of Cups. The strong emotions, and I think Fox did the settling because it was really going to expose them for who they were. And they didn't want the fallout that was going to happen with Fox viewers if they started getting that information out. Fox viewers going to be angry. Don't get this wrong. Don't get me wrong here. Fox viewers, if they found out, and this trial would have basically forced some of them to find out that they had been lied to and misled, and they would have been angry. I think Fox is upset that they had to settle, but I also think, and they're probably upset at the folks that, the opinion hosts texting each other, them not getting rid of data fast enough or emails fast enough so that they could be found during discovery. I think there's going to be a lot of upset people at Fox that they had to pay about $800 million, but I think they also dodged a bullet because it could have been a lot worse. And the outcome is the burden. This is not going to be easy on Fox, and now that they've settled with Dominion, they still have Smartmatec that they have to deal with. And there's already basically a settlement. So Smartmatec already has a number. So they can start leveraging Fox News as well. And there can be other actions that come across Fox News. You might have some advertisers leave because of this. You might have people that are fired or let go because of this. Some viewers might leave, the ones that are not quite extreme enough and get their news from somewhere else may decide to get their news from somewhere else. Now, the question is, what somewhere else do they go to? Do they go to another right-wing, maybe a less right-wing news source, or do they go to more extreme? Because if you've been lied to, you're either going to go to the more extreme one, because, well, OAN hasn't lied to me, even though it's obvious that they're lying, but not to them it isn't. Or do they go somewhere else where maybe they get what they want to hear without it being told? Whatever. Underneath it is the Page of Wands. So I think Dominion, they were in negotiations with Fox News about this settlement, and probably Dominion reached out to Fox and said, "Okay, do you want to settle now? We're going to court." They're ready to start the trial, and this would have been a huge burden on Fox, and Fox settled. So, yeah, Dominion went forward wanting the money for the defamation. Fox News thought about it for a while. And, in the past, they were the king, and they decided we better settle, we better pay the money, because if the news gets out, people are going to be plenty mad at us, and our lives are hard enough without that going on. So that's, I think, the overall energy with it. Now, that's not quite what I asked, but that's what Spirit's telling me with this current situation. I want to ask Spirit, will this impact Fox viewers? What's going to happen with Fox viewers? Is this going to move the ball enough Or is there just going to have to be more cases? You know, I would have loved, again, maybe here's a better question. What would have happened had this case gone to court? What would have happened? Why did we, this is obviously a free will choice, right? Were it me, I wouldn't have settled. But then again, I know I'm not the lawyers and I don't know what the motivations are. My motivations wouldn't solely be money, but maybe Dominion's were. What would have happened had this case not been settled and trial went on? Would Dominion have won? Would they have gotten more money? Would they have gotten less money? What would have happened? What would have happened if this case went to trial? Okay, let's see. Hanged man would have been a hung jury? Possible. It's possible that martyrdom, willing sacrifices, let's see, crossed with the monies, with evaluating if they had done enough. It is possible that well, it can also be a new perspective. Let's throw some cards and we'll come back to this one. Let's say this was a hung jury, or the jury maybe would have decided on it, but maybe they wouldn't have decided for enough money. They would have had to evaluate. They might have decided for less. In the past, we would have had the Four of Swords. I'm thinking that's going to be a hung jury, because in the past, this would have been, the jury having to go back and discuss for a long time. And it's a hung jury because maybe they just didn't think there was enough evidence there. So the jury might have been hung. And then there would have been disappointment on the Dominion side that they didn't get this case. Defamation cases are hard to prove. It seemed like they had a lot of information, but maybe Fox had some tricks up their sleeve to muddy the waters just enough that Dominion couldn't get enough jurors to agree with them. And there's the illusion. Fox would have, they would have been able to muddy the waters enough, as that would have been their plan. They would have muddied the waters enough that, we were just reporting on the president. He's he's an influential person. We were just reporting on what these influential people said. And then there would have been, the offers that nobody wants. This would have been, this would have been the jury trying to negotiate, trying to talk with the holdouts that are saying, no, I think Fox is innocent, and trying to convince them that, this would have been, I don't know, let's say this is a 12-person jury. In California, I think you have to have 9 of the 12 jurors for a civil case. And this wasn't a criminal case. I'm pretty sure this was a civil case. So they only need 9 of 12. And maybe you only had 8 of 12. And they're trying to get that last person, and they just won't budge. I'm not moving. I made up my mind. And the outcome, secrets would have been kept. Secrets would not have been revealed. And underneath it is the Fool. So, I think, Dominion settled. Dominion settled because I think from their point of view, this settlement was as good as it was going to get, and they ran the risk that they would not be able to win that trial. And I was asking what outcome. The outcome was it was going to be a hung jury, and then Dominion would have to decide if they were going to continue going with this. The jury would have been deliberating for a long time, and if they require 12 people, 9 of them have to approve, there would have been a 4th one that wouldn't have done it. 3 absolute no's and 1 person who was undecided and voted no. There would have been disappointment. And the reason why there was disappointment was because Fox muddied the waters, and no amount of convincing that juror was going to matter, and then Fox would have kept their secrets. Okay, so maybe I feel a little bit better that Dominion at least got something out of it. We got stuff out of it because we got to see the truth of what was going on. Now I just want to throw a 4-carder, just real quick. How is this going to impact Fox viewers? in general, how will this impact Fox viewers? I'm going to probably get a bunch of random ass cards that don't tell me anything, but we'll find out. How will this settlement impact Fox viewers? How will this settlement impact Fox viewers? Sorry, it's a long video here. Okay, here we go. False night. Fox would go through with a fake message. And I think they would continue drinking from the Kool-Aid. They'd continue drinking the Kool-Aid. There is disappointment. But, you know, there's that immaturity, that lack. This is immature. This is lack of wanting to get knowledge. Think of swords as knowledge, and you've got a young person. So they're just, you know, they believe what they're being told. Young people start off believing what they're told. It's as they get older do they understand that sometimes you can't believe everything that you're told. And then there's Fox just sitting there happy as a clam. And then underneath is the celebration. So what would happen? Maybe some Fox viewers would go away, but I think the majority of them are going to stick around. And Fox is celebrating the fact that they're sticking around because they're not very sophisticated. They're very simple. They want to be told what's going on. And if this thing went to trial, they would have been hugely disappointed and betrayed. But instead, you got a Fox victory. Fox owned the libs. I don't know how they'll spin it. They just won't talk about it. They won't talk about this at all. And if you were to talk with a Fox viewer, they probably just don't care. Because Fox doesn't talk about it, so they don't care. Lastly, how will this impact... Sorry, it's a really long video. How will this impact the Smartmatec? That's all I want to know. I want to know, how will this impact, this settlement impacts Smartmatec? Yeah, I don't hold a lot of hope that Fox viewers are going to see the lights. Maybe some will, but it's not going to be huge numbers. I could be wrong. I would be curious to see the ratings, how the ratings decrease after this news cycle with this being out there. I'm also curious if there's some secret deals between Dominion and Fox for they're making the reparations beyond cash. If any opinion hosts are going to get axed. Okay, so what about other cases? Settlements. There's going to be more backroom deals and settlements. There we go again. Fox is happy. Fox is going to get what they want, which is backroom deals. So expect Smartmatec is going to settle, and other people are going to come in line and probably settle. There's that page of wands again, just like that last one. Smartmatec is probably going to come up and say, or Fox will go to Smartmatec and say, hey, don't need to go to court. We'll throw you some money. We can work together. It'd be amicable. You don't have to spend any more money on lawyers. Here's a bunch of money. King of Swords. And truly what's going to happen is Smartmatec will look at this and say, yep, that's good. That's good. There's no emotion here. We're not looking to humiliate Fox News and champion society with truth. We just want the money. This is a payday. Come on, let's get together. We're gonna talk. You get what you want. We get what we want. Everybody's happy, and we declare victory. So, yeah, Smartmatec will win. They'll settle, just like Dominion did, and Fox viewers will continue to be kept in the darkness for that much longer. Why? Would have kind of been nice to have Fox viewers understand they've been lied to. I don't know why we can't have the revolution now, but apparently it's not now. This is disappointing to me, but I don't get to make the rules. I'm just some guy who reads tarot cards on the internet. I'm not God. I only look through a little porthole. I don't see the big picture. I try to understand what the big picture is. I try to understand, like, why can't we have justice now? Wouldn't it be nice? Guess not. We'll find out. Thank you for sticking with me through this whole video. 25, almost 26 minutes of it. I hope you enjoyed it for entertainment purposes only. Thank you, everyone who subscribed. I made it over 600 subscribers this weekend. I was really excited and happy to see that. Thank you for all your support. And, give this thing, do all the YouTube-y things. Give it a thumbs up and a like, and throw some comments in there, and do all the things. And I will catch you on the next video. Have a great night. Bye-bye.